If you were lucky enough to use an Amiga, then for email you will undoubtedly use a very popular mail client called Yet Another Mailer. It was a fantastic mail program for the Amiga. If you are like me, you probably still have it set up somewhere, or at least got an old hard drive with it installed on, and you've probably got heaps of mail from the olden days still stored there. So basically just wanted to do a quick video just to sort of demonstrate how you can get that email out of the mailer, which by the way is still pretty much under development. If you're still rocking the Amiga, then you actually can still use it. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to sort of focus on sort of 2001 kind of versions, as I don't know, and I'm pretty sure that they'll have changed a lot since then. But yeah, dig out your old system, pull out the hard disk. So obviously first things first, a little trip down memory lane for you guys. It was a fantastic mail program. It did everything you could want for the day. More, I mean the plugins you could do with it with RX and stuff like that was absolutely great. As you can see, there was no shortage of spam back in the early 2000s as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was probably worse then than it is now. But yeah, very, very decent mailer. It did everything you wanted for the time, so it's great. So these days, everyone uses Microsoft Outlook on a PC or similar. What I wanted to do is to take my Amiga mailer and make it perfectly accessible to Outlook, because since then obviously it's all been Microsoft Outlook, and I just wanted to keep all the PST files together. I mean, as computers keep moving forward, file formats change, so it's always good to get your stuff into a current format, which yes, unfortunately is a PC format. There's a few steps we can do to do it. First of all, if we take a look at the way YAM stored its files, basically you had an incoming and an outgoing folder, a sent as default. You may have created more folders and stuff. I know, yeah, I know I certainly had at the time. And it's got a folder config. It's basically each individual mail is stored as a file with some numbers on it. If I pull into a shell here, just open a random one of these. It's actually pretty ASCII, so it is ASCII. So it's perfectly readable, and any file attachments at the bottom are MIME encoded, which is very, very lucky because it's basically this EML format, which is very, very portable. So that is great. So the first thing you want to do is you need to get these files over to a PC. You can do this loads of different ways. I'm not going to go into how to physically do it. You can either just take the hard disk out of an Amiga, plug it into a PC, set WinUAE up to read it, get the stuff off onto a shared drive onto the PC. I mean, I've got here I've got a share folder, which is basically the actual computer itself. So I just copied the stuff off there into the share folder, and away we go. So I'm going to switch over to the PC side. There's a couple of programs we're going to need which are completely freeware, but I'm going to switch over to the PC side now, and we will go on from there. The main folder is basically this incoming and sent, and any other folders you may have created in YAM, they'll have been here as well. I did have some more, but for the sake of this tutorial I've just taken them out of the way. And you can see here that you've got the files here. First job is this index and fconfig file. You don't need them, we're going to get rid of them. And same again in sent. The second job to do is we're going to need to add .eml to the file extensions of all this, because the next program we're going to use doesn't recognise the files like .eml, and having .001 and .004 just confuses the shit out of PCs. So to rename it, if you're clever with DOS and PowerShell, run a command to rename it. I got a nice little GUI utility. It's a utility called Rename It. This, after a bit of playing about, did actually do the job. So we're going to add a folder, and I'm going to navigate to my share, which is a bit in there, but never mind. And that puts the files in there to name it. And then we're going to add a filter, and it's a search and replace, as funny as it is. and we're going to replace with file name, file extension, .enl. And you can see at the bottom there, we leave find what blank, it replaces everything if empty, and then you put file name, file extension, which keeps the original, and then it adds .eml to it. And then if you can see here, after applying .eml, it's going to do that. So okay that, and then you can see here it's going to do it, and then we hit rename files, and yep, and boom, it's renamed them. So it's kind of easy. And then if I, folder, if I look in here, they're all .eml now. So I just need to do the same thing for the sent folder. So I'm going to add a folder, and yeah, thank you for remembering where I was. Me sent. And then I rename files again, and boom. So now in my sent I've got .email. Right, next job is we need to fire up Microsoft Outlook, and there's also these apps. I'm going to put links to where to download them from. Okay, so I have my Microsoft Outlook here, and what I'm going to do is, this is Outlook 2013. This should work for other Outlook programs. The first thing we need to do is we need to create a new data file to put them in. I'm not putting it in my main thing. We're going to create a new PST file. So into the account settings, and we add a PST. Let's just put it in Outlook files. I'm going to just call it Amiga YAM. PST. And close that. And then what we should see now is down here I've got an Amiga YAM folder. I'm going to create a new folder, and we're going to go for incoming. We'll keep the lingo it used rather than inbox, and new folder sent. Right, next one. The program I'm going to use is, it was outlookfreeware.com utilities. It's got an import messages from EML/EMLX files. This is so simple and it just worked. It was brilliant. So all you do is you choose the source folder, and this is obviously already installed. Once again, put the link. I'll stick the links in. So I'll choose my incoming folder and choose my destination Outlook folder. This uses the plug into Outlook to communicate with it. I can see Amiga YAM in there, incoming there, hit run, all being well, it should start importing a shitload of messages, and that's done. Hit back and just do my sent, and put that in the sent there, and then run. And there we go. So we can come out of that, don't need to save anything because it's done it. And then if I have a look in the incoming, voila, I have email here, 2002, which was in the Amiga, and it's now fully in YAM. It keeps all the correct dates. It even handles file attachments. I find one with an attachment. There's a picture on that, which opened from 2002. Absolutely fantastic. It was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. I hope you found this useful. Sorry about the absolute awfulness of the video. I'm really not a video person, but okie dokie. Thank you, bye.